Tell me you are middle class without telling me you are middle class.
Bad things happen to you if you are a teenager and out of house after 7 pm and absolutely nothing wrong happens in the broad daylight.
No younger sibling has ever bought a new pair of jeans.
A soup is not a soup unless it's 1/2.
All gift wrapping papers make it under the mattress.
Have you noticed how all stand-up comedians profess to being middle class? There is like this embarrassment that I seem to catch in either being too rich or too poor. We see this on social media all the time. And this embarrassment around money, it is slowly changing. Sometimes we see people who are romanticizing the poor. Take for example the rap scene from Mumbai that celebrated its humble roots enough for Zoya Akhtar to notice and make Gully Boy. And on the other end, cricketers can't stop flashing their cars and watches on social media. Honestly, growing up, I thought I was middle class. But in hindsight, being an Air India flight engineer's daughter living on Carter Road means that I do not come from the average middle class Indian family. My parents were simple and frugal people, and they got this from their parents, who were also the same. In fact, most people who were starting families around the time of India's independence, they were definitely a more frugal generation than compared to us. But that was the need of the hour then. Before starting my research, I tried to imagine what a middle class family looks like today. And in my head, the average middle class family owns a two-wheeler, rents a house in metros, all children go to school, and they eat out once a month. Fact is, today, the real middle class makes up 28% of the total population and 79% of the total taxpayer base. In the 1950s, they were approximately 50 lakhs. In the 70s, it had doubled to 1.1 crore. We saw our biggest growth in the 90s once Manmohan Singh began opening up markets. The total number of people in the middle class then was 3 crores. In 2004, it was roughly 6 crores. And then, from 2004 to 2016, it kept rapidly rising to 60 crores. The middle class was doubling year on year, and suddenly, it shrank. With the pandemic and lockdown, the only section that got richer were the super wealthy. The wealth of Indian billionaires increased by 35% during the lockdown. Mukesh Ambani emerged as the fourth richest man in the world, the richest in India and Asia. He was making 90 crores per hour during the pandemic, at a time when around 84% of households suffered a loss in income in April 2020. It is believed that roughly 170,000 people lost their jobs every hour during that time. And by the way, in the financial year 2021, the biggest wealth gainer globally, ahead of Bezos and Musk, was Gautam Adani. But all of this was not supposed to happen. India was expected to see this dramatic growth in the middle class from 90% of the population in 2039. By the time they said, 1 billion people would have been added to this group. What I love about the comment section is that depending on the video that I make, most of the tribe will agree, disagree, and put forth their points. But without fail, there are always 2 or 3 people who will accuse me of being a socialist left-winger or a supporter of the ruling party. As if opinions on such matters can exist in a black and white world. Irrespective of your political beliefs, if you do not see a problem with middle class numbers shrinking, put across your point of view and tell me why I am wrong. The Indian middle class is amoebic. It doesn't have any structure. Groups of people, they're constantly falling in and out of what it contains, mainly because of this large informal economy. In the modern democratic world, a large middle class is an excellent thing for a country to have. There are fewer haves and have-nots, and the general population feels empowered. Empowered people hold their politicians to task. They force them to run the country better, making sure that rules and regulations and systems do not serve only a few. Things like public transport, education, legal protection of one's rights all rise in a positive direction, and that is why this subject is so important. In India, the poor live on 148 rupees and less daily. The low income, you double that. The middle income, you double that. And you keep doubling that with every income bracket till the higher income. The Pew Research Center found that 32 million people fell out of India's middle class in 2020. That represented more than half of those that had been added to this category since 2011. The inequality wealth pyramid of India, it just got bigger at the base. As diverse as India is, so is its middle class. Remember I said there's no major structure. There's many different definitions of middle class in our country. There's the small, secure middle class who is in the formal sector or they have a secure business. Take for example, the owner of a popular local kirana store. Then there is the large middle class, which is your traders, street vendors, drivers, staff, who are all paid reasonable wages because of the skills that they possess. Then there's the new middle class. According to this report, the new middle class is a new household category in India with average savings of 20 lakhs per annum. Hurun India pegs the total number of such households to be at around 6,33,000. This new middle class has started dealing in shares and they are getting richer, but they will still stay in the very large middle class category. Then there is the rural and urban middle class. A study that was published in 2019 found that contrary to most assumptions, a large group of the Indian middle class resides in rural areas. They found that 52% of the lower middle class, more than 32% of the new middle class, 23% of the upper middle class, all were in rural India. 3 economists went and asked 68,516 Indians, do you consider yourself to be a middle class family? And only 49% of them answered as yes. Sometimes I feel that middle class is a way of life. Some people might be really rich, but they like to live the middle class life, like our grandparents, which I had mentioned earlier. Half of our population is below the age of 26. We have a huge young working population. And if all goes well, India would soon have a middle class that will be the largest in the world by 2025. A young middle class that wants to spend on cars, motorcycles, televisions, air conditioners, mobile phones, refrigerators, but believes in savings, growth, and innovation, leading the startup culture, setting up small businesses that make a modern economy thrive. They stand by free press, education, and fair elections. They save for their retirement, housing, and children's education. All these things that they will do for themselves. But my hope is that they will also be a more socially aware group of people who are not swayed by bribes and false information and religious fervor. They will demand a society that ensures a bright future for all its children, irrespective of what state, religion, or economic background they belong to. My name is Srishya. This is WAC. If you think this video is worthy of a share, then please do that. You got all your WhatsApp groups as well as social media. I'll see you in that comment section below. Ciao.